Hi guys, Natalia here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome all my new subscribers. And if you just happen to be stopped by, please don't forget to subscribe for lots of good videos. And today our video gonna be no exception. I think this is something that we have lots of problems, and I wanna address some of them and give you some best tips and hints. And as you see my title, we're gonna talking today about gaps between beads in our diamond paintings, why this happened, whose problem is this, and maybe we can find a resolution, what we can do to fix this problem. So as you can see, I have here brand new canvas that I just last night started to drill a little bit of the 310 beautiful sparkle beads, all same size, looks gorgeous and already sparkle. So I do have a clear sheet in here so I don't mess up any, falling something from there, because I do have a pet in the house. So anyway, but first guys, I want to ask you, if I record my videos in here, you can hear my clock is ticking. Tick tock, tick tock. And this clock is like I don't know, maybe 150 years old. It's a very old one, and if it bothers you, I will pass the time maybe so it stays quiet. So just tell me in the comments if it bothers you or not, and I will stop the clock when I record my videos next time. So anyway, about our gaps in the canvas. So I have here, I gathered here some tools together. So we're gonna use one picker, 3-pick placer. We're gonna have here 7, and we have 10. Okay, so I was gonna do like little squares in here just to show you an example what's happening with each of these tools, but I couldn't find like a bigger square of the same color to make you an example. I did find a little bit in here to drill. So in this example, I picked the lightest color, which usually caused lots of gaps, and I did in here with the tool 1-pick drill. So let's see what's happening in here, and I give you clear shot from the top. As you can see, when you work with the 1-pick, your drills line up very nicely because you go straight on those squares, and you can tweak a little bit, push them around and make them nice and clear. So if you will do a whole canvas with one tool, you will have 0 problems, I promise you, unless your beads different sizes. And this is Elysian bridge. Elysian, oh my god, I pronounce it wrong probably. Elysian bridge. I'm sorry. Anne-Marie Bone, artist. She's very talented. I just finally found her yesterday on Instagram and follow. She has a beautiful art up there. And this diamond canvas is 50 by 40, by the way. So if you do all this canvas with 1-pick, you will have perfect canvas. And Dreamers Designs have beautiful drills, same colors, same size, and I just you saw my 2 diamond paintings, and in some occasions I said if I have a gaps, it's probably my mistake because I was trying to rush to finish, and I use mostly of this is my most to go tool. It's 3-placer. So let's go to 3-placer and see what happening in here if we just place diamonds without any twitching them around. Okay, so I have here 3 placer. Now what we see here, this sheet little sparkle. Let me try actually to peel maybe to get the distraction out. Okay, so here is 3. You can see they still look not bad, but here's the close-up. I can see, I don't know if you can see, but I can see 3, 3, 3, which it's created little bit gaps between those 3, and because you place in the 3 beads together, it will automatically create a little bit of gap because your beads not always will be placed straight up. And I'm gonna show you in here as an example. You see like this, sorry, I'm holding the camera right now in my hands. In here, you would think, if you do not see the other side in here, right, this one, you will see that your diamond painting diamonds line up, looks like really good, right? But if I look more closely, it went a little bit over the edge of this lines in here. So it's mean the other layer will be pushed a little bit over as well. So now if we peekaboo on another side, now you can see those gaps a little bit. You can see that in here, I don't see here that black line, but I see here black line. So when I place next this color of this symbol in here, I will automatically receive a little bit gap in here because I see this black line. It's mean next my row will not cover this and I will have a gap. So if I push them a little bit over, I cannot see through the camera, okay. If I can push them a little bit over like this, just a tiny bit, and this canvas is very easy to work with. If I just do a little bit adjustment this way, and I stuck to the canvas, now I do not see that gap up there. It's almost even up. I just can't do right now on the camera. I will not have a gap in here because my beads now placed perfectly fine. Same I can do in here. I can push these beads a little bit to the right and will hide this gap between them. So sometimes when I really want to be precise, I will do this right away, because with 3 placer, the most precise you can get your beads line up properly, okay? And in here, if you have just one line, this is same thing, 3 placer. I take a more like a careful time and place them nicely. You cannot see gaps between them, okay? It only could be, if I place next line, it could be a little bit off, depends how straight this line are. Okay, so we're done with 3 placer. Now we're gonna go to, let's see, 7. Where is my 7? Okay, in here. And guys, I'm not gonna leave like this. I will fix them after I'm done with this video, because I don't like the way it's lined up. Okay, you can tell that I already have, like, you can see there is like 7, 7 in here. I can see how I placed them because they have a separation. You see that? And because this last bead didn't stick to my placer straight enough, it automatically went a little bit off. So that's why a little bit gap in here, because that bead should be pushed a little bit over in here. And look, now we have no gap. So as in here, and because it's a multi-placer, my beads went a little bit off this way, because it's not always kind of go all the way tight to each other. So again, I don't like to use this placer because of these problems. So the most my tool is 3 placer and 1 placer because it's most precise drilling you can do with this kind of attachment, and it's kind of easier to tweak them around and fix it if you're not in a hurry. Now we have in here 11 beads pick, and this is the biggest one, and let's see how this will go. So in here I have placed the row, and you probably can see how this went. One line, here's the between them, go the next one, here kind of got tied together, okay, but the next row I can see, because you can see that this particular color starts a little bit one off, so went in here off, and you see exactly where it's finished. So it's not problem in the canvas or beads mostly of the time. It's us who making those gaps, creating by using the multi-placers. So my suggestion, have to fix all this, just don't use these tools. This is the most comfortable tool to use. It's 3 placer, 1 placer, but if you want to have a gorgeous spacing and straight lines, this is your tool to use only. So the rest of, if you've receiving gaps, and I will fix all this after I finish video, that's because you place them. Now why sometimes tools, I'm gonna show you a problem why this could be a problem and why this happening with this multi-tools. So I'm gonna put right now my camera on the tripod, and I will go more deep into these problems why this happening. Okay guys, so see you in a bit. Okay, so let's continue and see why these problems could be that we creating gaps by by our drilling. So in many of my videos I say that if I have some gaps, and lately I kind of pointed out on it because probably it's my mistakes by using a multi-placer and not fixing it right away. So sometimes when you're receiving beads for your diamond painting, they could be different sizing. Well, I can't really show you in here in this example because these beads are perfect, and so I can really show you here different sizing. But what I want to show you, sometimes when you line up your drills, and I just want to see if I can find this. Okay, I'm gonna point it out to you on a row. You will have drills that line up, where is it? Hold on. Like on this line right in here, you can see that they look like they are straight, but one, okay, I cannot see it. Okay, pay attention to this row, okay, to this line. You can see the beads looks like they line up, but some beads is up and some down, like right up there in the middle where the one bead is flipped. Underneath of that you can see the one bead pushed a little bit up in my tray. So if that will stick like this to you into the placer, it will automatically give you in here not straight line. And let's see if I can show you this as an example. If I pick some, didn't went well. Okay, I'm just gonna make it purposely right now. Hold on. Oopsie. It just, this bead's good. I can even pick the wrong way just to show you. I don't know how much you're gonna see, you guys, but let me try to zoom. You see how they stick to my wax? 1, 2, 3. From this side, the bead is off the line. So that's exactly how you're gonna place on your canvas. And then next row next to this third bead will create the gap between them. because this one is more up instead of being lined up. Also, usually the last bead would stick a little bit off as well, depends. So how to fix this problem? Usually what I do, and I kind of never pointed out on it, if I shake my beads as I would do like this, right? I shake them, line up, then I push them up like this, straight. I don't know how much you can see it, but also I tap them to the side a little bit, and I do from this side. That way, if my bead would be like a little bit off, they would fall exactly on this grid and would make a perfect line. So now they are lined up all the way on the bottom of the grid and not sticking out like one up, one down. So they will stick properly to your multi-tool. Now the other problem could be, have you, for example, let's see which one tool we want to use. Well, let's continue with this 5. Sometimes you place, well, let's try see if it's gonna work or not. Your drills should be always okay. Let's focus. They always usually connect to each other very like a straight line, but sometimes they could be like with the gaps between them. For example, if you just shake it from side to side and you think they all line up good, then you pick those drills and they would be with the, like what I'm saying, with this a little spacing between them. How can sometimes you pick beads and they have a space between them because they're not tight to each other, and that would create spaces as well. Now, when my best suggestion when you start drilling, for example, you just put this wax in here, okay? Put your tool straight to your diamonds and push hard, kind of wiggling from side to side. Let those drills go inside of your pen. Pick them up. And they will line up tightly together to each other without those gaps. Now, usually when we have too much wax in our pan, okay, so this is what I do when I do first time when I place my wax, okay? I put my drills inside, then I take them off my pan, I pull them out, this will create those holes, as you can see, that your drills will go in next time. Also, it's create, you see this excess of the wax on the side of the drill. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tiny excess of wax coming out on the end of this tool. So what I usually do, I grab my this one, well, for example, okay, I'm just gonna use this one because I'm kind of finishing. If I have my square, so I just grab my pan and I put not on a wax but on a empty, this plastic that I just used this wax from, and I kind of rub it to take it off the excess of the wax that I don't need it, because that excess of the wax will create those gaps later because your bead's not gonna stick properly to your pen. Okay, so now when I know that I have wax exactly as I need, as much as I need. So my next, if I go, I will have perfect line up of my beads, and no wax will coming out to catch those beads and kind of make them a little bit messy on your tool. It will be straight line. So that's probably main, and that goes for square and round drills. Also, there could be mistake, not your mistake, but the factory mistake who produce drills, and sometimes they are mixed sizes. It could be tiny bit, but smaller between big one. Those creates gaps as well. And I will show you some of my diamond paintings and show you as example when I started to do to work with this one, because it was a big background, same color, and I thought, okay, I can speed my drilling with this 11 placer beads, 11 or 10, what did I say? But I didn't went well, so I stopped using these tools and only stick with my 1 and 3 placer. What else I was gonna say, guys? Oh God, give me memory. I was just about to say something. Is it about about the round? When I did my diamond painting of peacocks, and I used 3 placer for my that was a round drills, and the round drills actually, when I put my drills, well, pretend this is round drills, okay, and if I would put them tied to each other, they wouldn't go straight on those circle dots that drill's supposed to be. They would be a little bit off. So for the round drills, it's kind of good not to push drills too tight. They kind of work better if you have a more wax in here and you lightly press, and that will create slightly gap between beads, like in here one. That would be perfect for round drills, because that would be go perfectly on the circles without creating any like a misplaces for the round canvases. So now I'm gonna go to my craft room and I will pull out some of the example of diamond paintings, how I used to use this one, and you will see the huge difference. And maybe I will show you some different drills for the example, why those gaps could be created, and it's not your fault but fault of the company who sent you bad beads. But right now I cannot show you with this company because their beads are all equal, same size, so we have to go find something that I received before from AliExpress, and we will continue our review about these problems and how to fix them. Okay guys, see you in a bit. Okay guys, let's continue. Right now we're in my craft room, and let's just say that it's not always your fault that you have gaps. In many times it's company who sends you a very bad drills. For example, in here I have black drills. You can see how much garbage in it. They are different sizes and they just very bad drills. Lots of them have those like a boat on the back that would not stick to your canvas even at all. And you can see in this bottle, do you see how much residue of this black beads up there? Very dirty beads. So it's not always your fault, it's fault from the company as well who sends you bad beads. And I kind of picked this black one, but also I could pull out some different colors and you would see clearly that some drills are bigger, some smaller. But nobody complaining about gaps. For example, round beads. This canvas is round beads. They do have a gaps as well, but we kind of think it's normal, and it's not just because they are round and it's supposed to be gaps between them. No, in some occasions the beads didn't even touch each other, so it definitely is smaller than those place part that you're supposed to put your diamonds. But on the end, when you look in it, right, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's sparkly, and that's what we want to see. And hopefully frame it. Yes, I got the message. Okay, so now bad example about multiplacer. And this one, butterfly. Oh, my famous butterfly that I went through lots of stuff. And oh yeah, some of you complaining that diamond painting has a frill. They mostly, all of them, frill, because it's not the paper. Canvas you need to take care of. And if you have a little bit frill, fray, whatever how you call it, just trim it with your scissors. It's not a big deal. Your canvas go nowhere when it's glue. Glue will keep it together. Nothing's gonna happen. But in this example, you can see that I used that 11 beads placer, or 10. I'm gonna turn this way. So I thought if I gonna go 10, 10 or 11, how much in here? We can actually count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I was picking by 10. 10, 10, 10, and you can see perfect line in here, gap between those 10. And this grid was really black, and you can see those black lines. So that's what multiplacer do. And also, the problem was with this canvas that glue are so strong that if I place a little bit, as you can see in here, lower, right? If I want to move, it's not movable. And that's what I like about Dreamer's design, because their canvas glue strong enough to hold your drills, but also applicable. You can move your drills and make those gaps disappear. In here, I can do nothing. It's stuck so hard that you cannot move at all. Those beads stuck. So that's of course create the grid between them, the gap. And then when I start to place one by one, because of course it's lots of colors in here, it went more evenly because I did not use multiplacer. So most of the time we creating our gaps by ourselves, but using a multiplacer. But if I do like this from far, it's gorgeous, right? It's beautiful details, and I don't know, this still probably going to be visible even in a frame. I'm not sure. Now the other problem is it's the size of the beads. For example, this gorgeous transformer canvas that I did for my son. Now everything was okay. I did lots of damage. I found lots of damaged beads in here, but the most part was, and it's most of the company's problem, that for some reason lighter shades of drills always will show you gaps between them. And in this occasion, this beads much smaller than, for example, this blue beads or yellow beads. It's visual. Since I put them on a tray, I knew I will have a problem because they look a little bit smaller. And because the grid on the bottom really dark black, that's what you can see. So yes, and I use here 3 placer, I think, because it's a kind of big area to drill, and that's what created grid, and I'm responsible for this one. Because if I would use 1 placer bead, I would have less of those gaps, or at least more evenly, so it wouldn't be that much visible. I hope it makes sense to you guys. So in many times it could be problem company with the wrong sizing of the beads, but I would say 90% we create them. So I hope this video kind of help you, and maybe your diamond painting drilling will be more precise next time if you stop using those multi-placers that you cannot control really to place perfect line on a canvas. And with 3 placer it's much more easier, and your lines will be much better. So I hope this video were kind of help for you, and thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or some suggestions, don't be shy to leave me a comment and tell me what you think about this. And I think most of the time I blame myself that I did created those gaps because of this multiplacer, especially in here. I do not like this part at all, but I cannot fix it right now because the drill's stuck almost like permanently. If I would try to pull them out, I would probably damage glue underneath. So unfortunately, I'm not doing this mistake. I'm not gonna do this mistake anymore. But this is good lesson for me that not always multiplacer better because it's faster. It's about quality, how it's gonna look in the end. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you in my next video.